problem with having free-range sheep. Goes everywhere, breaks everything. Hey! Hey! This is not your feed, this is chicken feed. Hey! Hey. Come here. Glenn. Come here. Yes, just there we go. Nice. No, 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 no. Come on, away. You wouldn't think it's got grass, it's got ivy, it's got everything it can eat, and it chooses to eat the wheat. Well done, Glenn. No! Come on, away. Away. Get on. Get it. Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for coming back and watching it if you're a returning viewer or if you're someone new. I don't think I explained who we are really in the last video. So my name's Ben. I'm 25 years old. I'm a farmer full-time and part-time beekeeper. So I decided to go into beekeeping. It's been on my mind for a few years now, but I kind of wanted to jump into it last year because the way the farming world is changing, because we're being encouraged to try and diversify how we run the farm, and with the diversification side of things comes a lot of planning and a lot of money as well. I mean, I'm not saying beekeeping doesn't come with a lot of money, it takes a lot of money to set up, but it seemed quite straightforward to me because we have this small farm in quite an ideal area on the south coast, so we have quite good weather. It doesn't get too cold really, we get nice summers and quite decent springs, and with trying to become more environmentally sustainable with how we run things, we want to be working with nature, not against it. So this is how we try and do it. So we started off with 2 hives last year, now up to 9. Fingers crossed they have all overwintered well. I mean, there's a bee there, look. It's just come out to say hello. It's a little bit cold still at the moment. You know, bees don't really get flying until it's about 15 degrees constantly, or when it's slightly warmer they'll come out. But because it's been a bit of a weird winter, it's been very mild and very wet. So when it has been dry and sunny, the bees have been coming out, but because there's not a lot of things to forage on, they've been going out, using up their energy, going back into the hive, and then eating their stores. So we've been having to supplement feed them all winter. With that, we have been using baker's fondant, which is a solid feed for the winter, because anything below 15 degrees, that's centigrade, the bees won't take any liquid feed down. But come the spring, we can put on a 1-to-1 ratio. That's 1-to-1, so 1 kilo of sugar to 1 kilo or 1 litre of water, and that kind of represents a nectar flow. So it kind of gives them a little bit of a boost, gets them fired up, gives them a bit of a kick start. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to heft all these hives and see which ones need feeding, which ones don't need feeding. I'm not going to go into the hives yet because again it's still too cold. If I do see anything interesting, I shall pick you up on that later, but I'll just set you down to one side. You can watch me heft. So hefting is literally just picking the hive up like that and lifting it up. Obviously it's a little bit heavy because we got the block on, but I'll take them all off, heft them up, get an idea of how much weight is in there. think we got a mouse living in one of these hives. See that? See, we don't really like doing this, but as soon as there's a mouse in here, we don't really have much choice. See, that's the fondant that we've been giving them. Yeah, it must. Oh, there it is. See a little mouse? So that has, I think, just wiped my hive out, which is a bit annoying. See if I can prise it open. Oh, it's just gone down into a frame. Oh, there he goes. So that's the field mouse, which tells me that this hive is dead, which is quite annoying because I've just gone into saying that we've got 9 hives. Yeah. Oh god, there's another one. Well, there was 2. That made me jump. Okay, that's not what we wanted to see. So yeah, they've just eaten that. Don't think there's any more in there. No, there's no more in there. So yeah, sometimes that happens. It's a bit annoying when it does, but there's not much we can do about that now. Never mind. Right, let's hope the others are okay. You can see these are eating the fondant because they haven't got a lot of stores in there, so I just lifted it. It's a little bit light, but they have still got some food in there, although that's probably going to be wanting to be replaced sooner rather than later. But that's kind of what I'm doing. This is going to be slightly different because it's a nuke, which is half a colony. I know these are heavy because I've hefted them recently and they're pretty heavy, so I've done them yesterday. Top them up with some food. So yeah, just this hive. But that is kind of what we have to deal with sometimes. I mean, that's a pretty dark frame anyway, so that probably need to get replaced. Yeah, so the mice are just eaten. So you see those yellow dots, that's the old pollen. Well, yeah, the mice have just ransacked. Look at the mess at the bottom there. I think one of the reasons how they've gotten in is that the door has fallen out. See that? So all of these have doors on them, which stops the mice from going in, but it is what it is. Hopefully, I think all of the others, because I've seen them all fly out, so they're all pretty active. Now you would have seen at the beginning of the video I brought out all these boxes, so this is what we store the honey in, but we need a lot more hopefully this year. Now we have 8 colonies rather than 9. That is frustrating. Never mind. So we built these over the winter. I'm just going to use this wood stain to make them the same colour as these red ones. The ones that haven't been painted are cedar, so you don't want to paint them because that type of wood kind of breathes. You want to treat them with oil just to keep them moist, but you don't want to coat them in paint, otherwise they can't breathe, which is where they start rotting. So those hives should last me a fairly long time. These are just a soft pine, they're relatively cheap, but you know, it doesn't, to me, supers don't really matter because they're not out all winter, so we keep them stored inside over the winter. So painting these up, we got 10 boxes to paint, So we call these honey supers, which hopefully you shall see some honey coming in. So that is what it's going to end up looking like. As I say, they'll end up looking a bit more darker when they've dried out. But I'll carry on with this and I'll catch up with you a bit later on. And there we go. All 10 done. I did get stung in the process of it right here, because there's a couple of bees that are active. I've seen a couple bringing back pollen, which is a good sign, because it means the pollen is their protein. So if they're bringing back pollen, then they're starting to think about rearing the new bees of the season. So it's looking positive. Just need the weather to improve and we shall be there. But that'll look a lot smarter now. 10 new boxes, each one containing 9 to 10 frames of wax that will lie on top of here, and that'll be a good start. Hopefully we get a nice strong spring flow. Our apple trees are just starting to bud, but there aren't any signs of blossom yet. The hawthorn is coming out, which is just over there. Blackthorn is already out, but there's no chance the bees are going to get to that because it's too cold and too wet, which is great. But no. So that's the end of today's video. It's a little bit of a short one, mainly because I realised I did half of this, then realised the mic wasn't on, so I had to redo the whole start of it. So again, classic. But I will improve over time. I'll get there. If you did enjoy what you've seen, please do give it a like. It means the world to me. Subscribe if you feel like you want to follow our journey throughout the season. The whole idea of this is just trying to connect with our local communities, because I think, as I said in the previous video, it's important that you guys know how your food is produced, because I just don't think there's enough education there for everyone, or the education that is there isn't up to date or isn't relative to the UK. It's either in Europe or America, which again doesn't correspond to what we do here. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll try and get another one out sooner this time, because I know it's been about 3 weeks. But thank you very much for your time. Give it a like, subscribe, comment down below what you'd like to see or what you want me to improve on, because I'm not perfect. It's certainly going to take me a while to master this, but we'll get there. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.